Data science is one of the most sought after domains today. It sees its application in every other domain in the world of computer science and beyond as well, right? Also, you have to understand that in today's world where we are surrounded by data, it becomes vital that it can be used to its fullest to drive businesses to success. Now, on that note, machine learning is a domain that helps us do just that. A career in both data science and machine learning is fantastic considering that they are one of the top careers to have in the year 2021. Now, keeping this in mind, we here at Great Learning have come up with this video discussing the differences in the job market for data science and of course for machine learning in the year 2021. Well, excited to get started? Let's begin.
Before we get started, I want to introduce you to Great Learning Academy. This is a free initiative by Great Learning where you can have access to over 200 plus courses with 1000 plus hours of free content on all of the trending high demand domains absolutely free. Register now to complete the course and get your free certificate of completion as well. Check out the link in the description box of the video below for more details. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is done to make sure you do not miss out on any of the new updates or video releases from Great Learning. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, right? So make sure you share this video with your friends, colleague, and everyone who can make use of it. And at the end of it, make sure to comment on the video if you have any queries or any suggestions, and I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your comments.
Now, coming to the agenda of this data science versus machine learning jobs in 2021 video, we definitely have to start out by taking a quick introduction to understand data science and machine learning. Once that is done, we're going to take the result of a job analysis report, a very famous and an interesting job report, and we're going to analyze and assess the results from that report in terms of how it holds good for data science jobs and of course machine learning jobs in the year 2021 as well. Once we understand the entire job market, once we understand what's going on with these two jobs, you will definitely be curious enough to understand data science and machine learning when they go head to head against each other, right? So that is exactly what we're going to check out as well. We're going to compare data science jobs and machine learning jobs in the year 2021 on the final item on the agenda today, right? So without further ado, let's get started. Right, guys, with respect to data science and machine learning, as I just mentioned, right, this is the only domain when you're talking about any other domain, be it cloud computing, be it web development, no other domain sort of gives you this kind of a flexibility that will tell you, hey, you can have insights in the future using the technology of today, and you can do it in a very easy way with respect to all the things that data science and machine learning has to offer, right? So this is the only domain that does that. And if you're a person who clicked on this video, I am sure you're very much curious to understand a lot more about data science jobs and machine learning jobs. But right now, I definitely think this is the biggest advantage that you can get out of any domain right now that exists, right? But then of course, we also have to quickly talk about the COVID-19 pandemic. Look, the pandemic has had a huge effect on the job market, right? I mean, when you take a look at it, right from March 2020, there has been a downtrend in jobs for a lot of industries. But when we had the entire result of the year 2020 to analyze and assess and to predict what will happen in the year 2021, all the trends were absolutely beautiful. Now, yes, it is very sad when I say this, that, the pandemic actually worked out well for some type of industries out there. We're all working from home, learning from home, reading from home, right? So to make sure to bring the content at your fingertips, again, that is a huge thing which wasn't happening a lot, especially if you were in a working professional environment, right? So for some industries, yes, of course, it was forced upon everyone to make sure we can work from home. But at the end of the day, the adaptability that the world has shown, it's just proving that, hey, you know what, be it a pandemic or not a pandemic, there are, certain industries which will hold their ground really strong, right? Now, data science and machine learning was one of these things, these domains as well. Now, why do I say this? Because in March 2020, when everyone else, when I want to say everyone else, someone from the away from the domain of data science and machine learning, a lot of the people were losing their jobs. A lot of the people had to get laid off, right? Now, talk to someone in data science, talk to a professional in machine learning, ask them about what happened in March 2020 in their opinion. I did ask about 9 or 10 experts, my friends, and all of them gave me the same reassurance that, yes, there were a lot of people who had to be laid off, but with respect to data science science roles and machine learning roles, there were almost zero layoffs, and I talked to 10 professionals who are in senior positions in 10 different countries. Now, when you're just thinking about a metric in one single country or one single company, the data can be skewed, but I made sure to reach out to different people and have that result for you as well. And of course, with that, the 2021 job trends that are portrayed, that are being portrayed for this year, especially for the world of information technology, especially for the world of data science and machine learning, is absolutely strong. Right, perfect. Now, to actually get into the job report analysis, right? So this is one of the most important job reports that we have for this particular year. This is the LinkedIn 2021 job report. Now, again, as I suggest, I want all of you all to make sure that you have a chance to read this fully, as in when you go through. But after you finish the video, I definitely recommend you run through the entire report. Right now, let me quickly summarize everything that I found helpful for this particular video. First of all, there were 15,000 jobs which were analyzed over a span of 6 months to make sure that we have the data that we see right now. So coming to data science jobs first, the most fascinating thing in my opinion was that the hiring that was happening in the data science industry went up by a staggering 50% in 2019, right? From 2019 all the way to now. When you take a look at this, data science is one of the most populated industries out there. There are professionals and experts everywhere out there, right? Now, when you already have a domain which has tons of people, and now the domain is portraying trends saying, hey, we want 50% more people in the domain. Well, that should just tell you about how strong, and it's just that data science is a domain where we are actually getting started. There's so many things for the next 5, 10, 20 years in the future that I really cannot wait to see what happens to this industry. But in terms of you guys as job seekers, 50% is a number that is not achieved by any other domain right now, and that should speak volumes for you guys, right? So, most of these times I get a question saying, where are these jobs mostly located, right? So I've divided it into India and USA. In India, you find a lot of data science jobs in New Delhi, which is the capital of India, and of course in Bangalore as well, which is considered as the Silicon Hub or the IT hub of India. Now in the USA, you have two different places, one completely on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. So we have San Francisco on the West Coast, and of course we have New York City as a hub for data science on the East Coast as well. So these are some really interesting facts that you should know. But okay, so what are some of the skills that these guys are looking for, right? Well, apart from the report, when you take a look at the entirety of what's the industry looking for in terms of 2021, 3 skills are extremely important for a data scientist. It's data acquisition, as in how the data can be brought into your own company, how the data can be fetched first of all from multiple places, and to bring it to a structured pipeline for usage. That is data acquisition. Next is data visualization. Data visualization talks about how you can take the result, a convoluted or a very complex result, and create it and basically convert it into beautiful looking graphs in a way where it is understandable by a lot of audiences, right? I mean, be it non-technical audience, technical audience, whoever they are. If you want to explain a concept, a data science concept to a 5-year-old, you can do it fantastically well with using graphs, right? Graphs, dashboards, reports, and all of that. So that's a key skill that's required. And then whenever you're talking about how well can you use the result itself to solve the problem, this skill of not just having insights at hand, but also using them and putting them to active application to make sure you solve the problem is another skill which is absolutely required in the year 2021, right? And of course, whenever you take a look at the salary trends for data science, it is absolutely beautiful, right? So a beginner data scientist, an associate data scientist make somewhere around 5.6 lakhs per annum in India and somewhere around $66,000 in the USA. With a couple of years of experience, you become a senior data scientist. Again, another 2-3 years of experience, you can become the lead project developer, right? Now, as a lead project developer, again, when you take a look at the salary trends being shown on your screen right now, the average salary is somewhere between 20 and 30 lakhs per annum. And of course, in the USA, it's somewhere around $116,000 all the way to $190,000. So the range of spectrum you have right from 5 lakhs per annum all the way to 30 lakhs per annum, and knowing that even your first job can be in any of these brackets, right? It doesn't have to be that your first job is going to give you 5 lakh per annum. It can give you 12, 13, 14, right? Now, I do have friends who are making making 17, 18 plus as a data scientist on their very first job. So this is a domain that really changes. But I definitely have to give you the numbers to ensure that all of you all are aware of this. So hence we have this, right? So average salaries we can consider at this moment to be somewhere around 8.5 lakhs per annum in India and around $80,000 in the USA, right? Perfect. Now let's take a look at the machine learning jobs. Now machine learning jobs are even fantastic, right? See, first of all, you have to understand that machine learning is basically a subdomain which comes under data science itself. Now, even in these trends, again, when I spoke to the experts and of course when I was reading the report as well, hiring in this particular industry has gone up by a staggering 45%. Now, machine learning is considered as a very niche domain with not a lot of applications. But if you have seen from the last 2-3 years, this is changing exponentially quickly, right? So the thing is, people are realizing that machine learning fits in almost every scenario that we have in the world today, where you can try to use machine learning to do something more efficiently. That's the reason you see this kind of a trend. And knowing that machine learning is a small part of data science, yet it accounts for 45% of hiring, and this kind of an increase has been shown to carry out throughout not just 2021 but just 2022 as well. How fantastic is that, right? Now again, coming to where these jobs are located in India, it's basically in Mumbai and in Bangalore. In the USA, we have Seattle in the West Coast this time, and of course we still have New York City, where there's probably major hubs of data science companies working for the common goal, to solve problems using the domain, right? Perfect. But then when we're talking about the desired skills of machine learning, things become a little different out here. First of all, as a machine learning engineer, you need the knowledge of a programming language, right? Python or R programming language, you have to have that skill in your arsenal, without which it is impossible to become a machine learning engineer, in my opinion at least. Next, you're going to require skills about applied statistics, right? It's not just understanding how maths work or understanding how concepts of statistics work, but it is a concept where you're actually applying them to solve the problem. So there's a huge difference between statistics and applied statistics, right? So both in fact are required as a desired skill here. And the third thing might flummox you for a while. If you take a look at it, hey, why is cloud platforms required for machine learning jobs? Well, guess what? AWS and Azure have been the most popular machine learning platforms in the entire world as of today, right? So every company who wants to design, develop and deploy a machine learning operation basically want to do it on the cloud these days. So for you as a developer or a machine learning engineer, it becomes so important that you have the skills, the knowledge to work on cloud computing platforms and develop and deploy your same machine learning solution that you might have developed online and just put it on the cloud platform and make sure it works there. That is a very important skill, right? And of course, take a look at the average salary for a machine learning developer or a machine learning engineer on your screen right now, right? As a junior machine learning engineer, the salaries are very similar to that of a data scientist. Even if you take a look at all the way to a lead project developer, right, there is 1 or 2 lakhs of difference here, considering that the average salary of a machine learning engineer in the entire band spectrum is somewhere around 8.3 lakhs per annum in India and somewhere around $75,000 in the USA, right? Now we're going to put these two numbers for machine learning and data science neck to neck to see what are some of these key points that you really have to keep in mind whenever you are trying to differentiate between machine learning and data science jobs, right? Perfect. Now guys, the first thing that we have to compare whenever we're talking about data science versus machine learning jobs is to take a look at the percentage rise in the job, right? So let's revisit that same point. As you can see on your screen right now, data science jobs have an increased hiring of somewhere around 50% throughout the world. And similarly for machine learning, it's not behind. It's somewhere around 45% considering it's a niche concept which comes under data science in itself, right? So for both data science and machine learning, for this particular point, the trends are absolutely fantastic. But if I have to pick one, again, it is very difficult, but then seeing the scope and footing of data science, I might have to pick up data science as a winner for this particular round. But then when you take a look at tools that are rising in its popularity for the year 2021, you really cannot pick any one tool and say this is going to be the top tool for data science or machine learning, right? Because look at it. With respect to data science, we have multiple tools, right? For example, we require a business intelligence tool such as Tableau or Power BI. We're going to require big data handling tools such as Spark or Hadoop, and of course you're going to require knowledge with respect to other data science concepts and tools such as SAS or SAS as it's called, or even MATLAB, right? Perfect. Now for machine learning, as you can see, the tools on your screen is not a library. I'm not saying scikit learn library is required in Python. That of course everyone knows, but the most important tools that are rising in its popularity is the Azure ML Studio, as I told you, with respect to the Azure cloud computing platform, and of course with respect to Amazon Web Services, we have a fantastic service called as SageMaker, which is very popular for deploying machine learning based applications, right? Perfect. The next thing we're going to have to compare is this key skills that are required. Now we've already discussed this. As you can take a look at it with respect to data science, you require data ingestion, data visualization, how you can perform statistical analysis, and more skills that are aligned towards the entire aspect of data science, and not just picking up one aspect of it and saying that, hey, I have this skill, so will it work? No, as a data scientist, you really need to have skills considering when the data comes in, all the way to you have results of using that data to solve your problem, right? That's a skill that's needed. And then when you take a look at machine learning, all the key skills that's required is mostly technical, right? You're going to require knowledge about Python. If you have knowledge about Python, you're going to definitely require knowledge about libraries such as scikit-learn, and of course we have TensorFlow as well. TensorFlow is extremely popular for deep learning applications. Then again, statistics, and look at this last one, cloud platforms, right? So I'm really stressing machine learning and cloud platforms because that literally is the next big thing. In fact, it's already a big thing right now. If you talk to a machine learning engineer or a data scientist who's been working in the industry, they will positively reassure you that yes, machine learning and cloud is gonna, it's a bubble that's waiting to burst, and when that bursts, well, the world, the entire market is going to be taken over there, and people will definitely want to apply for all those jobs, right? Perfect. Now, again, coming to another difference where we have to quickly compare the number of job openings that we have in India in 2021. As of the creation of this particular video, with respect to data science, we have almost 1 lakh jobs, right? In fact, we have 94,000 jobs in India right now. And for machine learning, we have somewhere around 63,000 jobs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, combined, both of these are giving you access to more than 1 lakh 50 jobs. And if you think about it, at the end of the day, it is an access to a ton of jobs. And again, data science and machine learning is a domain where 40% of all the jobs that are usually posted are asking for people who have experience between 0, 1, 2 and 3 years of experience. So if you're a person who doesn't have a lot of experience and still you want to make it in this domain, it is absolutely possible. This is again a very rare thing, and I haven't seen this for any other domain out there. Right? Perfect. Now, next thing we're going to compare is the average salary. We took a look at average salaries of data science jobs and machine learning jobs. Let me quickly combine them in one slide so that you guys have a better understanding, right? Look at this. For data science roles, the average starting salary is somewhere around 8.5 lakhs per annum in India, and somewhere around $79,000 in the USA. And again, similarly for machine learning, it's somewhere around 8.3 lakhs per annum in India and $75,000 in the USA, right? So if you literally compare it head to head, which is again very difficult to do in the real world, the average salary is given for a data scientist is slightly more than a machine learning engineer, because the vastness of the data science domain and what a data scientist knows, all the tools, all the techniques, all the frameworks, and basically knowing your knowing the in and out of everything from data ingestion all the way to deriving key insights, is something that deserves a bigger pay, right? Of course, a data scientist will also know everything there is to know about machine learning, mind you, and of course there are some companies who will not require any of the other processes. They are just going to require a person to develop and deploy machine learning algorithms. In that case, again, right? So now you might be having a thought saying, hey, now I want to prefer data science because it has both data science and machine learning. Well, as I told you, that is not the case all the time. But then it really doesn't hurt. As you can see, right? There is literally almost 1 lakh job for data science out there, somewhere around 65,000-70,000 jobs for machine learning engineers out there. So there are ample number of jobs waiting for all of y'all at the end of it, right? Okay, perfect. Now let's quickly wrap up this particular video with my final thoughts by, let me just answer some key questions for you guys. The first thing, the first question that I always get asked whenever I'm talking about data science and machine learning is that, hey, do we require an advanced degree to apply, right? Now there is a change in the trend in 2020 and 2021 where a lot of people are applying for these jobs. So for people who are actually hiring, it becomes very difficult to assess thousands and thousands of candidates, right? They're being overwhelmed. So what they're trying to do as a filtering criteria is they are asking for someone who has an advanced degree in the particular domain, maybe like a post graduation program or maybe a specialization in that domain, right? So I'm not going to say that you have to compulsorily have a post graduation to look into these particular domains, but I can definitely tell you this: having a post graduation program in the specific domain will definitely give you an edge over the competition whenever you're applying for any sort of data science or machine learning roles, right? Perfect. The next question I usually get asked is saying, hey, which among these is the next cutting edge technology? Is it going to be data science or is it going to be machine learning? If I have to pick compulsorily, again, a very difficult job. If I have to do it, which do I pick, right? Now, I find that machine learning gives you some of the most fascinating applications I personally have seen across the world. But then data science is the requirement of today's hour, right? Everything is data around us. And we have a common saying that data is the new oil, right? You know how much oil is worth. So understanding that machine learning has its own advantages and disadvantages, knowing that data science has its own advantages and disadvantages, if I am absolutely forced to pick, I definitely think, my inclination is towards data science, because I not only love machine learning, but I also love everything else that data science brings to me, right? So that is the reason why I'll have to pick, but that does not have to be the reason why you have to pick. So guys, head to the comment section and just let me know the answer to this question in your perspective. I am really looking forward to understanding that, right? Perfect. Now the third thing is, as I just told you, if I had to pick one, which would you suggest, right? Now I would suggest you to look towards machine learning if you're very much on the if your interests are very much aligned towards applying machine learning, developing certain products to solve problems and deploying them. But then if you want to do all of these to a certain amount of degree, but also you want to pick up everything in terms of data visualization, in terms of data analysis, in terms of time series forecasting, in terms of business intelligence development, in terms of how you can handle data entirely end to end, then you would definitely have to pick up data science, right? So again, guys, head to the comment section and let us know about which one you pick, data science or machine learning, right? Perfect, guys. With that, we have come to the end of this video comparing data science jobs and machine learning jobs for the year 2021. I definitely want to know your views, or in case if you have any other points that is going to add a lot of value to this comparison, right? I want you all to head to the comment section and put it down there so we can continue this discussion there. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
I want to introduce you to Great Learning Academy. This is a free initiative by Great Learning where you can have access to over 200 plus courses with 1000 plus hours of free content on all of the trending high demand domains, absolutely free. Register now to complete the course and get your free certificate of completion as well. Check out the link in the description box of the video below for more details. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is done to make sure you do not miss out on any of the new updates or video releases from Great Learning. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, right? So make sure you share this video with your friends, colleagues, and everyone who can make use of it. And at the end of it, make sure to comment on the video if you have any queries or any suggestions, and I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your comments.